welcome to another up close video. Today's one is for another birthday week set for Tonic's 2022 birthday week celebrations, and this one is called the Big Top Carousel gift box. There will be a second video going up today as well with a full, like, really in-depth construction of putting the box together as well. There are two different ways that you can create this box, and past me will show you one sample of each later on, and I think I said some other ideas and stuff that you could do with bits and pieces of the die set as well. I filmed it a little while ago, so I can't 100% remember, but I'm pretty sure I gave you some more ideas too. But there's basically two ways of creating this box. I've got a few little bits left over here to show you, but you basically create 4 of these kind of portions that all stick together and create a round section. If you just want to do the carousel portion with the gorgeous horses on, you would just keep them like this, use the pieces to attach them together, which I show you in the construction video, and then you would be able to add your little carousel horses onto there too. Or I also mentioned in the construction video, what about making this even more Christmassy and bringing in some of your other characters that you have. For example, I think it was last year's birthday week, we had that gorgeous penguin that you could turn into a snowman as well. You could have them in the carousel. You could swap out the actual horses and put reindeer in there too, which I think would look fantastic. So definitely think about what you could switch this out for to make it more Christmassy looking, or to maybe even make it more like baby themed. You could have cute little like rabbits or something in there as well, or little bears. So you can really mix this up and put different kind of characters in them. And then the other way of making it is creating these separate drawer units that then fit inside these compartments. So you still have the 5 compartments going round, but then you have 10 drawers because 2 fit in each of the 5 segments. And you can actually multiply this up if you want to. I think the main idea is that you can have the boxes at the bottom and then the carousel on top of them. But when I was growing up, we had a tiny little advent calendar that had a Christmas tree on the top, and it had little drawers that went all the way around the base of it, and you could every day you got an ornament that you could take out of the drawer and hang on the Christmas tree. So I was thinking you could either do it as more of like I don't know, just a random Christmassy thing, not necessarily following Advent, and you could just have the 10 of these around the bottom. Then you could put one of those new 3D Christmas trees that we've had, and you can make little ornaments with all those little separate dies and put the Christmas tree on the top of it, so you could hang them on the top. Or you can multiply this up, and if you do 2 full ones of these and you play around with the die set just to create a half of this kind of section here, if you just cut the height down here on the 2 pieces where the glue tabs are at the back, you could create a half section here and have 2 full ones on top of each other plus a half, and that would give you 25 compartments for a complete Christmas advent calendar, which you could then leave undecorated on top. You could put the carousel on top, or if you didn't mind it being really tall, you could put one of the 3D showcase Christmas trees on the top as well. So I'll make sure to link that video and put an affiliate link for the Christmas tree die set as well as this carousel die set below the video and on my blog post too. And as I've said in all of these birthday week videos, and as I try to reiterate all of the time, I really do appreciate you taking the time to use my affiliate links to place an order. So now I've waffled on about where you can get hold of them and the different ways that you can create this little carousel gift box, or just a decoration as well. On the one that passed me, we'll show you later, I actually put a ribbon on the top so you could hang it. But let's actually look at the die set. So it's an A4 die set, and I think it will come in the folder like this. I just put mine in a folder because I tend to store them like this, and I like to put a label on the corner. I got ahead with my labelling the other day, so I've already labelled this one, and I tried to do, if it's like a birthday week one, I try to label it birthday week and stuff, so that's how I tend to keep track of mine and store them. So this is the gorgeous die set, and there are tons of elements in here. Lots of them are the pieces that you use to create your actual carousel, and in the construction video I go through in detail exactly how many of each piece you need to create the full carousel. So I'll quickly show you the dies that actually create everything, and yes, these 2 here. So these 2 are what you use, these 2 here are what you use to create this little drawer. And the way this drawer works is it actually like flicks out really nicely. The mechanism in here to make this work is a little bit fiddly. I think any way you try to draw the instructions that you get with this die set, it's just difficult to follow. You kind of have to figure it out by just trying and sticking it in different places and seeing if it works. But if you don't like to experiment and try, and you know you want to get it right first time, basically, in my construction video I have done a really detailed section to show you exactly where you're supposed to stick that to get this mechanism to work. So if you are struggling with it, or if you you know, want to know if you can put it together before you buy the die set or something, do check out my construction video as well. And I really did try to go in depth so that it's really evident exactly how it goes together and everything. So those are the two dies that create all of these. Then you have this die that you use two of them to create this portion. So kind of odd looking die shape, but it does actually, two of them together create this portion. They stick together with these little glue tabs on the back here, and then you get one piece above and one piece below. So that's how you create that piece. Then you have this piece here, which is actually what you use to join them together. So when you have them, and especially if you're doing the one with the little drawers in, you would have obviously two of these outside pieces, but I'll just show you with one drawer for now. And the way it works is you put this piece on so that the full tab glues on to the previous one, and then the two split tabs, you can see there's a missing part in the middle. That's because when you have these two drawers, actually I'm showing you this the wrong way around. The full tab sticks onto the inside here, and then when you have the two drawers, those two separate tabs will pull round the front and stick inside these pieces here. And again, I show you that in the construction video in full detail as well. But that is what that piece is for. Then you have this piece, which is the roof that gives you that lovely pitched kind of roof to your carousel or your little advent sort of gift box as well. So you've got that piece. Then you also need this piece, which is actually used to attach that roof to your actual gift box. You actually use these underneath the roof as like a glue tab to stick it on the top of the box. Then if you want to give your box a lovely sort of footed base to it, you can use this die, which gives you that little base section, and you need 5 of them to give you the full circumference of the box. So you've got that one. Then if you're deciding to do, you also have this piece that decorates that foot as well. So you can actually use this as a little decorative panel, and it just goes across the score line there, but when you have the two of them joined, it actually reinforces the join between them there as well. So you can actually use that as an extra decoration, so you've got that one too. But then if you're going to actually turn this into the carousel with the horses in there, you will actually need 2 of these for every section, so you'll need 10 for the entire thing, and these actually stick top and bottom. So this circle part actually sticks to the base, then that folds up, and these 2 glue tabs stick onto the inside of this aperture here, and then you use your pole for your horse, and you stick this between the 2 of them, and then your horse will fit on there. I've got a little shadow for my horse, but your horse will fit on there then. I think I stuck mine in the foreground, but you can stick them behind this if you'd rather as well. Just depends what kind of look you're going for. And if you did want to make your horses really sturdy onto there, you could also, if you're going to shadow them with a colour, you could stick one behind the pole and one in front of the pole, so they would really be securely stuck onto there as well. And I think the nice thing is you can slightly move them up and down or different angles when you place them into the actual carousel as well, because on like a real one they go up and down as it's going round, so it would be nice to give them a little bit of extra movement or different heights and stuff going around the carousel. So if you are going to add your horses, you need those 2 extra pieces. And you can also decorate this front piece here with an extra little panel as well, so you've also got that to decorate too. Then, as I've just been talking about the little horse, I'll show you the actual pieces for the horse too. So if I hold this up without anything falling off, you've got the horse here. this is the horse's tail, so you can add that over the top, which is really nice that they've done this, so you can add it in a different colour, which is so lovely, just to be able to instantly do that without having to fussy cut it out yourself. You also get the saddle, so again, you can fit that exactly, it just lines up exactly where part of the design is on the main horse. And then you also have this piece, which is the mane, so you can match the tail to the mane as well, and you don't have to do any fussy cutting or fiddling around with cutting them out. You actually get that perfect little mane and tail and saddle that you can mix and match with whatever kind of colours you want to, whether it's realistic colours or whether it's like fantasy colours and doing a rainbow going all the way around, or turning them into unicorns perhaps, or little ponies or something. You know, you can really change them up and change how you add all of the different bits and pieces as well. So that is all of the dies that create the little horse. And then, as you can see, we have all of these extra dies here that you can use to decorate all of the different bits and pieces. So let's have a look at all of the triangle pieces that you can use to decorate the roof of your little carousel. You have a lot of options actually for the roof. One of them has an outside cut line already, this one, with those dotted details in there, or the holes. You could actually thread through them if you wanted to, and you know, do some kind of embroidery sort of effect. And that one actually mats really nicely onto these solid ones, so you can mat that one onto one of these to build up a different sort of more layered design. And then you have 6 more triangular designs that you can use on the top of the box, that you could use with either of these 2 side panels. So you have the straight edged one, and then you also have the scalloped edged one as well, and then you have 6 different designs that will fit inside this, or you can use the one that's already completely cut out and layer it on top of there as well. So basically you've got 7 different options but 2 different outside edges, so it kind of gives you 14 different options, and you don't have to keep them all the same. You could alternate them all the way around as well, which then gives you even more options. So lots of versatility in decorating the roof portion, which is lovely. And all of the rest of the designs, we have a gorgeous swirl. We've got this one, I really like this, with the little daisies or flowers growing up. I really like that one. I think that's a lovely design. Then we have a flourishy kind of one, but thicker flourishes this time rather than the fine sort of scripty flourishes. If you love all of your die cutting though, you could layer those 2, because you've got the really fine flourish and the thicker flourish. You could cut one out of a solid colour and one out of mirror card and layer them on top of each other. I think that would look fantastic. Then this one is actually Christmassy, so if you do want to make it a Christmas advent calendar, you have your Christmas panels in here as well. You've actually got holly in this one, again with those sort of swirly designs as well. But if you don't like the Christmas panels that they give you, patterned papers will work fantastically as well, just with the main basic shape dies, or just mirror card with any of the patterns. I feel like mirror card and a colour, you can really go Christmassy with it without it having to be a Christmas pattern as well. And then the final 2 designs are lovely geometric kind of designs. This one is more sort of like gridded or squares overlapping, which could be Christmassy. It could look a little bit like presents there. Or you have this lovely chevron one. I really like that one. I used that on my my carousel one. I really love that design. And you can paper piece in all those little chevrons as well. And as well, you know, I love doing card making from all of these die sets. I didn't have a chance to, but I have a piece here that I was just going to show you how you can add the little horse to a card. But thinking about it, I've shown this in other Christmas die sets before. What does that look like? It's a Christmas tree, so you can have some stylised Christmas trees on your card as well. So you can make a Christmas card to match with this and have a few little stylised Christmas trees on a card, and then Merry Christmas across the bottom, maybe some big star sequins or gems that you might have on the top of the trees. So you can definitely do some Christmas cards with all those triangle designs as well. I love that about triangles. Then continuing talking about the roof, you actually have these 2 pieces here, which I think are exactly the same size, but they've just given you 2, so it makes it much quicker for die cutting, because you would need 10 to go all the way around. It means you only need to cut it 5 times if you cut them both together. So you've got these little pieces that decorate the little scalloped portion of the roof. And it works really nicely to just tie in an extra colour if you want to add that on there, or I reckon actually maybe the reason why they've given you two is you could tape them into place and then it would give you an aperture scallop around the edge as well. So you could do that too, and you could just run that through, you know, once with both of them in there. So you can cut the little sort of outline of a scallop with the holes in the middle missing. That would look really lovely. So you've got the two of them to be able to do that. And then everything else remaining on here, we have got basically the same as what we have seen for the triangle roof. So there is basically two more panels that you will need to decorate, and it is these two panels on the front of your boxes. So you have the rectangle, and then you have the rectangle with the sort of thumb hole missing out of it. So that's what all of the rest of these panels will decorate, and I definitely point out that portion of the box for you in my construction video, and also past me will show you my other samples that I've done later on in the video too, and you'll be able to see where I've decorated those. So you get the straight edged outlines for them. You also get the scalloped edged outlines, so you can match it to the panels that you use on the roof as well. So you've got the scalloped edge. You also get these two, which are exactly like that roof piece that already has the outside edge on them. So you can actually layer this onto one of these panels as well, which is what I did on my box. So you can actually have an extra colour in there if you want to, and layer them on top of each other, which is really nice. And then we also have the same patterns for all the other pieces that we've seen in the roof design as well. So for the chevron roof design, instead of having chevrons, we just have diagonal stripes, but they go perfectly together. So you have those designs there that will all match, and you can use the same outside edges on them all. To go with the other geometric design of the roof panel, you have these two pieces. So the exact same pattern going on with all three of those pieces. Then for the Christmassy triangle design, you have the two Christmas panels to coordinate with the same holly design in them. Again, so you can do that in lovely greens, or greens and golds I think would look lovely together. So really lovely. Then we also have the designs that match that gorgeous floral one with the flowers growing up, and I think these little panels would look really lovely on your cards as well. So really sweet little floral designs and matching across the whole set again. Then we also have the fine swirly sort of flourish design to go with the triangle roof one that I've already shown you, like so. And then we also have that larger sort of swirly flourish as well. So if you did want to do that layering effect, you've got enough dies of all the different designs to do the layering effect on all of your panels as well. So those are all of the dies that are in this birthday week Big Top Carousel die set. So I will pass you on to past me to show you the samples that I've done and finish off the video as well. So these are my two samples using the Big Top Carousel, and we've got one of each kind of one that you can do. So you can either do the actual like carousel with the horses on, or you can do more of like the Big Top sort of tent with your compartments all the way around, or you can actually do both of them. If you omit the lid from this one and the base from this one, you can put one on top of the other, or you can actually stack multiples of this one on top of each other as well. And if you modified this, so if you did this plus a whole nother one of this, and then you modified it to just make one more single level, you would have 5 levels, and that would give you 25 boxes, and it would be the perfect advent calendar, even with a box for Christmas, which would be lovely as well. So you can definitely turn this into different bits and pieces by elongating them, extending them, fiddling around with the dies, and creating a single layer so that you can have the 5-layer system. Maybe you just want 1 layer underneath the horses. You could fiddle around with that sort of main pocket die and that you would use to make this one, so this actual die that uses to make this one, and make it half the height, and just have a single set of drawers underneath the horses as well. So that could be a jewellery box or something then as well. And you can have it as a hanging ornament too. So this one with the gorgeous carousel horses on, I made it as a hanging element so that you could have it as a decoration. It is a little bit of a weighty decoration, but I like the fact that you've got the option that you could stand it or hang it as well. And I do really like the idea of adding one set of drawers underneath them actually, and you could use it as like little bits of jewellery, or maybe some kind of like tooth fairy box or something, and you put your teeth in it and then the tooth fairy comes and gives you your money, or maybe some kind of like wish box or something, and you could put your little wishes in the little drawers. I don't know, there's loads of different ways that you might want to turn this into something as well. And I really love this kind of element of adding the horses onto here as well, and you could definitely play around with making these back sections behind the horses into something as well. They could be like some kind of shaker, or they could have not the horses in the front. There could be, you could make like little dioramas inside them or something, different seasons or different characters in each one, or, you know, all sorts of different things like that. You could really go to town with these and do so much extra sort of stuff to them other than what you're given in the die set. You can really play around with it. So yeah, I really enjoyed making this, and I think they're going to be really well received as like gifts and stuff as well. So I really like them. I think they're fantastic, and I have just filmed a construction video on how to put this together as well. So if you're interested in exactly how to put this together, I had partly constructed it already and I just showed you the last few sections. But if you're struggling with the instructions, or you just want to see how it goes together before you decide if you want to get it or not, to see if you think you can put it together, then I have done the construction video as well. But you do get full instructions with the die set. And if you want to get hold of the die set as well, I'll make sure to leave my affiliate links in the description box below the video too. But these are the two that I have created. This one's just with the carousel horses, and I made this one with a colour scheme of white, gold, light blue, which is the Arctic blue, and silver as well. So I've just kind of kept that going throughout the whole carousel, with the gold lid, the gold poles, gold saddle, mane and tail. Then we've got silver for the base and for the pieces that the actual horse sticks to. Then the horse is silver as well, but I've used the silver silk cardstock. And then the sort of light blue colour I've used behind these chevron panels. And I also cut my own pieces to go on the inside as well. I just measured what that interior measurement was and folded them in half so that the fold is right at the back, and then I just stuck it on both sides at the front here, and, you know, let the piece of card fold into the back of it, just to add that beautiful colour on the inside and just to make it look really lovely and neat as well. So I think that works really nicely, just adding a little bit of colour onto there too. And then with like the sort of big top version with all of the drawers in here, I've done it in two different colours of blue and silver and grey as well. And you don't get the hearts in the die set. I just had extra ones that I had cut for another project, and they just perfectly matched this. So I thought I'd embellish them with little hearts on all of the little drawer compartments. And I love how these kind of open, and you can put a decent sized gift inside there as well, because even though this looks like it's 10-sided, each actual compartment is like 2 sides to it, so there's only 10 compartments in here, so they're a decent sized compartment. And on the inside of mine, I also lined just that side of the drawer with a piece of blue card, so you can see it through the little thumb hole there as well. I thought that gave a nice little extra effect, and it kind of ties in the blue colour with the rest of it as well. But I was saying in the construction video, this looks a little bit like it could be Hagrid's hut from Harry Potter, or you could turn it into maybe something sort of Rapunzel-esque as well. The top of it could sort of look like a turret of a tower, or maybe you could, I was also saying, use the lid of it to create a giant cocktail umbrella or something as well. Or I'm sure there are tons of different things that this probably looks like to you that I have never even heard of. So I'm sure there are so many different things that you could turn this into. I mean, you could do it all white and it could be like an igloo kind of feel, or you could do it like a little hut on a beach or something with a little bar inside it. There's so many different ideas that you could turn this into whether you keep it at just the 2 drawers, whether you add extra height to it, whether you add the carousel portion on top of it, and you don't even have to have the carousel horses in there as well. You know, even if you're gonna put it on top of this, you know, it could be anything you want it to be, really. You could make it really Christmassy with all of the drawers being like Days of Advent or something, and then you could have the carousel on the top, but instead of having horses inside it, it could be reindeer, it could be elves, it could be Santa, it could be something different in each of them. So you've got, like, I don't know, Santa Claus, a reindeer, Mrs. Claus, some elves making some toys, and, you know, all sorts of different things you could put around this to really theme it to whoever you're giving it to as well. So yeah, those are my 2 samples that I have created. I'll keep this video kind of short because you'll already have the construction video as well, and I've also been blabbing on about the die sets for a while as well, and all the different bits and pieces that are in there. But I really enjoyed putting these together. There's quite a lot of die cutting involved, especially for this one where you need 10 of quite a few different pieces. But if you have the tangerine, you have your A4 plate, and if you're careful about cutting multiple dies at a time, you know, you can get both of those pieces on the plate at a time. So instead of having to run your plates through 20 times to get 10 of each of the 2 pieces you need 10 of, you could, you know, put them both on the plate and only have to run it through 10 times to get those pieces as well. So yeah, I've really enjoyed making these. So I hope you've enjoyed this up-close video looking at the Big Top Carousel gift box, which is part of the 2022 birthday week celebrations from Tonic, and I hope you enjoy the construction video that should be up now after you've watched this one, to hopefully show you exactly how it goes together and help you out if you get stuck with the instructions as well. So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget my affiliate links are in the description box below the video as well if you want to support me by clicking on those and making your purchase through the links. And it's at no extra cost to you if you do click on the links and make a purchase. I'll just get a small percentage, but you won't be affected by it at all. I just really appreciate you going to the effort to actually click on one of the links as well. So thank you so much for watching. Hope you've been enjoying birthday week, and I will see you again in the next video. Bye!